Hi everyone, I'm Ebony Joy Wilkins. I'm the author of Sellout. And this book is about a girl named NaTasha. She's a teenager who's struggling to find her way. That story might sound familiar to some of you. A lot of readers ask me, why did you write this book? And I wrote it because NaTasha's story is very similar to my own. I was picked on as a kid for the way I talk, the way I dress, and so I think books like these are important because it teaches us that we're not the only ones struggling, we're not the only ones going through something. So NaTasha, at one point in the story, she tries to run away from her old problems, but she goes to visit her grandmother in Harlem and runs into a whole new set of problems. So the story is basically NaTasha growing up and figuring out how to deal with her issues and facing them head on. I pull up on the front of my pink leotard and turn to the mirror to look at my large backside. No change there. I stretched the fabric tightly across my chest and frowned. Almost a sophomore and still no need for a bra. So much for cutting all those carbs. The calories would always hit us black girls in all the wrong places. I might as well eat carbs. They make me happy. I stared into the mirror, letting reality set in. I had curves. I would always have curves. My leotard rode up in the back, piercing the fat in my butt cheeks, but I was used to all that. I was different from the other dancers, who were all white and thin as rails. I was dark-skinned and big-boned, but the girls never cared. They were my friends. I would never look like them, but my leotard was freshly ironed, my stockings were bleached to perfection, and smelled like ice cream sundae on a hot summer day, and there wasn't a lick of ash on my skin anywhere. I arched my shoulders back and stood tall. My mom always told me that if my clothes looked nice, then my day would go just exactly how I wanted it to. According to the Miriam Jennings School of First Impressions, my ballet recital tonight would go just fine. I called Mom into my room for the inspection. "You look great, Tosh," she said, standing behind me in the mirror. She tugged down on the leotard, trying to cover my exposed cheeks. She waved her hands for me to turn this way and that. "Is this the new one you girls bought last weekend?" I nodded. Her approval was crucial. One mishap, and I would be in front of the mirror an extra hour. I modeled like a doll on display while she examined me from head to toe. She even stood on her tiptoes to look at my hair, her face twisted up into a frown. "Well, you almost look ready to dance your first ballet recital," she said. "But let's get started on that head. We don't want to go and scare off all the attention you're going to get now, do we?" Every time I sat in front of my mother to get my hair done, I felt like I was risking my life. The hot iron would dangle dangerously close to my skin while she was lost in conversation about fashion and forgetting all about my hair. Tonight, as she greased my scalp and leaned her stomach in against my back, she talked about the new collection of earrings she saw at the mall and our neighbor's bag that she had to have. "I have to know where she got that bag. You think Macy's or Saks?" she asked. I ignored her and focused on dodging the iron to avoid serious burns. My mom separated my hair into sections and added a drop of styling lotion to each piece. She steadied my head with one hand and pulled the hot curling iron through the hair with the other. The hair fell softly away from the iron. I retraced her steps with my hand. It wasn't long ago that Mom and I would sit for hours while she twisted my hair into a labyrinth of braids, decorating the ends with multicolored beads. Then, after elementary school, I stopped wearing my hair in braids. My friends and I had started wearing our hair down, but it took more effort to make my hair flow like the other girls. "Mom, I'm sure you'll be able to find the bag," I told her, faking interest in the mystery of the bag's location. The iron swung toward my ear and I ducked out of the way. My mom didn't seem to notice. "I don't know, Tosh," she said, pulling the iron away from my face. "Maybe you can look it up online for me. Or I could go over and ask Marlene if I could borrow some sugar and then peek around to see if I can get a better look." I couldn't believe she would risk getting caught all for a bag. "Mom, why don't you just ask her?" She looked at me like I had just taken the holy name of Gucci in vain. But it was worth risking her death stare to get her to stop going on about that bag. Talking about fashion just meant I would be stuck in front of her with my wild hair that much longer. There's a discussion going on right now asking where are all the writers of color and where are all the books for children of color? Here's one of them. So I think stories like this are important because we get to learn about each other, we get to hear about our troubles, our joys, our sorrows, our excitement, and it helps connect us as readers. We all love books, so try Sellout. You can find me at my website, www.ebonyjoywilkins.com, and I do Skype visits, I do school visits, and I just love talking about books. So try Sellout and let me know what you think.